but it looks really good. I mean, granted, this is probably a cutscene, but it looks really good. So I'm hoping. I'm like cautiously hoping that the game ends up taking off, because I think it will end up being a fairly decent change of scenery in the gacha space, which, you know, to be fair, it's like it's not even a gacha anymore, but in like the mobile gaming space where gacha is like very prevalent and predominant, it would be nice to have a bit of a change of scenery where you're not constantly having to spend your life grinding away, or basically potentially spending up to twice as much as you would have to on a character. If they can kind of make it reasonably priced, like, because if you can pay basically, like, if every character can be grinded, aka free to play, it just costs you your time, or you can buy character constellations or dupes at the shop, whatever. The real question would be, how much money would it cost? So basically, you're probably spending, like, probably on average somewhere around $1,500 to C6 a character, right? And then probably get their weapon is probably another $100. Yeah, how long do we grind for one character? So the reason, so like where I can see like FOMO coming in is like this, right? Only grindable during the initial and rerun release, right? So they could formulate their shop like this, where they release a character on release, has a discount. Kind of like how like skins in games have a discount when they're first released. After the release, it's regular price. They weren't $1,680 on release. I think they were like $1,200 something. So you get a bit of a discount when they are released, and then after the initial release period, they go to being like the quote regular price, right? I can see how Duet Night Abyss might do something like this in order to be financially profitable, where the character on the initial release has a discount, and then after that, it's just a regular price. There can also be re-releases or like reruns where it goes back to being a discounted price. So everything would have like a time limitation to it. This way, things would be slightly profitable for them. And the only time you could theoretically grind for these characters and their weapons would be during their release and their rerun. In my brain, this would be like the best middle of the road you could do for a quote gacha game, because they do need to make a profit in order to keep these games running, while also being at least generous to the players who don't want to spend, which again, like, it's not even gacha. Like basically you can go the free to play slower route and grind your characters. Eventually you'll get them at C6 or whatever final Eidolon or constellation level these characters will be, or spend so much, right? So you could like grind out a copy of the character and just buy one copy or two copies from the shop, or you could buy the character from the shop, grind out the weapon, or vice versa. That way you're like half free to play, half spending on the character, right? Which, you know, you're not really free to play, but whatever, that's beside the point. You get what I'm saying, I hope. And this what I feel would be like the best gacha adjacent system that balances out player/customer friendliness and satisfaction with profitability. The only problem with this would be the C0 version of the character is like literally trash or garbage. Yeah, highly doubtful if only outfits or skins will make a profit for them. I don't know. You do have an example where there is a company that is kind of sort of staying alive by just having outfits and skins released. You know, they are kind of sort of staying alive. Snowbreak, like I'm fairly certain like 90% of their money probably comes from their skins. Yeah.